Hi guys, Mac here. We're outside Old Trafford. 5-1 today, 6-3 on aggregate. At 1-0 down, did you expect that?
No, I knew we'd thrash them. I flew 6,000 miles from South Africa to this bloody cold weather over.
Again?
Yeah, and I was well rewarded. It was a great game. What I really loved was the way the youngsters played tonight. I thought Joe Riley was fantastic. Looking forward to getting Luke Shaw back, but it's good that we got cover there, and he looks a great one for the future. And in fact, all the youngsters, and young Rashford was brilliant tonight, brilliant. Reminded me a little bit of when Rooney made his debut against Fenerbahce and got a hat-trick. I was really pulling for the guy to do so tonight. Wasn't to be, but he was brilliant.
When Martial got pulled out just before the start of the game and we started with Rashford up top, did you expect him to contribute to the team like he has done, or did you think we'd have to rely on the more experienced lads for the goals?
Yeah, I think living so far away, we don't get much exposure to the under-21s just via stuff that you lads post usually. So I didn't know much about him. And in fact, I didn't know that Martial was out the game until they announced the final lineup. And quite frankly, we didn't miss him. But I think we've got to remember that this was a game against a bunch of Danish part-timers. Sunday might be a little bit different, and we might only win 4-1 on Sunday.
Where does this leave us? Obviously, we're through to the next round of Europa League. We're in the cup quarterfinals, home game in that, and we're outside the top 4 by 6 points. City could drop a few, you never know. But should we start to prioritise the cups now, or do you think there's still a sniff at the top 4?
No, there's still a sniff at the top 4, and it's amazing what a difference 90 minutes makes. We're feeling great. The team performed really well, and suddenly there's the belief if they can carry on this type of football. Well, 6 points, there are quite a few games left. We could easily catch up and finish top 4. I wouldn't prioritise the cups. I'd prioritise every game and try and win every single game.
Do you think we've got the squad to do that? Do you think a lot of these youngsters are used because we have no choice, obviously, but do you think Louis van Gaal's happy to use these guys, and that's why, because he said, I like a small squad, I can play the youngsters?
Yeah, I think we've got no option. We had to play the youngsters, and I'm a bit concerned. There are a couple of guys limping at the end of the game, and we're playing again in 3 days' time. So he's got to use them all. The squad's very thin. We don't really have any of our first choice strikers. Centre-back Rojo's just coming back, which is good. But he's got to use all these youngsters, and I think we've got to take it as it comes. You know, the old cliche, let's take one game as it comes. But a little bit of excitement now. But Sunday, like I say, might be a bit different. But hopefully we'll win again.
Who was your man of the match?
For me, Memphis was man of the match tonight. I thought he was brilliant. Best game he's played in United shirt. Played with a lot of confidence. His final ball at times a little bit exasperating, but we'll forgive him for that. He had a great game.
I thought tonight he really showed a little bit more maturity than he has done. He picked and chose at times when to do the flicks and the tricks.
Yeah, I think he probably looked at the guys around him and realised that he was one of the senior players on the field. So maybe he was, possibly inspired by that. But he really took them on tonight, and he showed us what he can do. Let's have more of that from him.
Thank you very much. Thank you for waiting.